and welcome back to my small part of the universe. My name is Hailstone. Today, we will be looking into the lore of the Callisto Protocol, and we will start with the Grunts. So please, sit back, relax, and let us begin. There are few things truly as horrifying as what I have witnessed on Callisto. Europa truly indeed has its own bed of interesting monsters, but the horrors occurring in Black Iron Prison are something that must be spoken about and understood if one hopes to stand any chance in surviving against them. From the files I have recovered, the research team have put these organisms and their resulting mutations under an umbrella term known as the biophage. The most basic of these forms is that of a small worm-like creature. While I do not know how it infects hosts naturally, under the extreme conditions of Black Iron Prison, these creatures are either injected in a lab in an unwilling subject, usually a prisoner, or is carried and inserted through the mouth by two different carrier types. Once a host is injected, the change is almost immediate, though some subjects can seemingly take longer, perhaps due to some form of internal and mental resistances to the parasite. Once the change occurs, the biophage wreaks havoc on the host's immune system, shown by large bags of pus and other dead cells gathering just above the muscle layer. The host's skin turns a pinkish red as a result of the skin being pulled tight against the muscles. The pain tolerance, if there is any left, and resilience as well as durability of the host has been increased. Whereas small arms fire could easily dispose of a typical human, it takes more than just a few rounds and a detached limb to put the mutant down. Heck, depriving these poor souls of their heads doesn't even seem to faze them. And this may be due to mainly two reasons. The biophage parasite seems to now be located within the chest area of the human host, giving the mutant either a new neural center to control the rest of the body, or it has done away with the brain of the host, transferring control of the body to the biophage in the chest instead. And it's probably the more likely of the two, as seen when the host undergoes further rapid mutation, the biophage sheds the upper portion of the body. Further on the rapid adaptability of the biophage, once a host has sustained enough damage, the parasite will begin to recycle and mutate the cells within the body. As a result of this, the upper body is shedded, in a sense, or more literally, thrown off. In particular, the arms and pieces of the head. Once these portions of the body are thrown off, new limbs are formed. New bags of pus are either retained or produced as this transformation occurs. Bones are broken and reassembled to form these new limbs, as bits of broken bone can be seen poking out through the arms, and a part of the skull has been retained as well. In this form, the mutation has increased the vigor of the host, as well as adding to their ferocity, notably faster and far less concerned with the safety of the host body. Since the mutations are a result of extreme trauma and distress, it becomes more about the disposal of the current threat through brute force and speed, rather than any form of tactical reasoning. At this point, the mutant will attempt to close the distance as quickly as possible into melee range. It is highly advisable to retaliate with any guns or repulsion devices available. Concerning the mental faculties of the former host, the brain seems to be damaged upon infection as the parasite runs rampant throughout the body, regardless of the brain's importance, as removing the head from the body typically does not stop the charge of any biophage, though there seem to be some form of leftover qualities from the humans still present, as security has noted that aiming at the head of a charging grunt often results in the subject attempting to cover the head with one of its arms. Though whether this is a remnant of human value of the head, or simply the grunt protecting the head due to teeth being a valuable weapon is unknown. The other quality left over seems to be small amounts of tactical knowledge and roughly spoken words. Though not common, some grunts have been seen to retreat from combat, though whether this is out of self-preservation or to gain a hopeful tactical advantage later remains up to debate. Among the last of the observations was by a lone security guard keeping the eastern halls clean, and so far is the only recorded record we have of a grunt speaking. It only uttered one thing.
Did I just hear? Alright.
Final thoughts on the biophage grunt form. The grunt is overall brutish, uncoordinated, and often too obsessed with an overwhelming urge to vault over nearby objects to effectively deal with a nearby threat. That aside, the grunt is a dangerous foe, one that can easily kill a human if given even an inkling of a chance, so a calm demeanor and concentration is needed. Ultimately, the grunt is a dangerous foe that shouldn't be underestimated, in combat or gymnastic situations. Thank you for watching another one of my videos. I did enjoy my time with the Callisto protocol, though only in certain aspects. The overall game is decent, but the melee and enemy variety is something that desperately needs to be worked on. With that said, please like and subscribe, and I will see you again next week for a very special community video on Barotrauma.